What's up, everybody? Woo-wee, did y'all check out that episode 2? I sure hope so, because we about to spoil the mess out of it in this reaction. What is up? Let's see who is here today. Let's see. Minecraft Girl, what's up? What's up? Jillian, how you doing? Jason Wilcox, what up? Jay Montgomery, what up, dog? My man Marv, what up? What up? We got Daryl in here. Thorn, what's up? Maryville, VB Jr., Sarah Buckley. Oh, we got the regulars in the house. Okay. Pinnacle Power, what's up? Goldilocks, WCB, Amber, what up? What up? Jordan's here. Let's see, Drake and Friends. Let's see, the Tap Love Tour. Okay, Yolanda's here. Brittany, how are you? 75 YBA. Okay. Marco Santos, what's up? Ooh, from Brazil. Man, I'm already envying your hot weather. I'm sure you guys have better weather than us. And granted, I live in Chicago, so Chicago's like terrible weather all the time, every time. But y'all not here for that. We here for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay. I like this episode. I thought this episode was pretty solid. Like, this was a good, meaty episode. Finally, Sam and Bucky are together. You know, they actually came back. Because I'm sitting there, I was like, man, we went a whole episode before, and these brothers never came together. So now, the team is back, you know, and we could get to some action and stuff. But why they have to kick off the episode with Captain America? You know, when they showed the very beginning with him, you know, in the locker room, and, you know, I'm like, why y'all trying to humanize him? I don't care. I don't want to care about him. I was so set on not liking him and his stupid face, you know, but they over here showing us that he's scared and, you know, I didn't know I was going to be Captain America. So much pressure, you know. Get out of here. Don't nobody want to deal with this dude. Oh, counterfeit Cap. Look, y'all know that was his wife, by the way. The black chick that came in the locker room, that was his wife. Her name is Olivia Walker. So, you know, John Walker, boy, I see you, dog. You like a little Nestle Quick in your milk. I see. I understand. You know, and then he got his little sidekick. You know, whatever that dude. What's his name? Lamar. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. Lamar Hoskins. You know, and you know what? Look, I'm gonna say, and I'll kind of sort of touch on this a little later, but they're doing a lot of things here straight from the comics. And I gotta say that, like, it's tempting because, you know, usually I like to try and catch y'all up, especially the people that haven't read the comics and stuff. I like to try and give people background. So I think because of the way how close this is going to the comics, because right now it's pretty close. I don't want to go too deep into it just because I feel like it's literally going to spoil things. So I'm gonna be a little, you know, if I'm not giving you the deep stuff, the deep dive in the comics in the background, that's why. Because it looks like they're really borrowing from the comics right now. But let me check in here. Let's see. I'm trying to, like, make sure I divide my attention, you know, because sometimes I'll be in my own head and I forget to look and read. So I'm gonna try and go here. Okay, Shaniqua, you still don't like him. We on the same page, okay? Because I don't trust him. Okay, but we did see my man's kind of athletic though. Y'all saw the little footage and stuff. And here's my one issue though with that. I get it. Supposedly, right now, he doesn't have the superhero soldier serum, but he was throwing that shield mighty efficiently. I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, the way you was throwing that shield, like, I thought only super soldiers could do that. You know, I thought Cap and Bucky could do that. the way that they do. Because in the comics, it was kind of like the way you throw the shield. Cap uses his like accelerated thinking and athleticism and the aerodynamics and all that stuff. Like it was a very unique ability. And I mean, even Falcon, had to train a lot harder just to learn how to use it in the comics. I mean, I guess this guy could learn it too. I mean, they're trying to prop him up to be kind of like, he's like the athlete's athlete. So I guess I just don't like how easy he was making that shield throwing go. But yeah, whatever. Um, Let's see. Thoughts on the great value. Captain America says Amber with the HBCU style band home welcoming, along with the wife and his buddy. Yeah, hey, look, I have mixed emotions about the fact that they were doing all this at a HBCU type of school. I'm going to wait until the end of the series to see how they actually portray this character with the John Walker guy, because I feel like they're dancing with him. Like I feel like they're not giving us the straight up villain, because even in the comics he was actually like an anti-hero, like he wasn't necessarily a straight up bad guy. It's just that he did things in a way that Captain America wouldn't do. And I'm not saying he's exactly like this, but he was kind of like how the Punisher was. So, the Punisher, he would do good things, but he'd do messed up things to do those good things, So it was kind of like, what do you do with that? So that made him kind of an anti-hero. So I'm curious to see if they're going to go that same route with the character now, and making him like kind of a good guy, but a good guy we don't like, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see where he goes with that. Let's see who else is hitting us. Let's see. Let's keep the storyline on what we see on screen versus predictions of what might happen. Man, I ain't making no predictions. I mean, if I make a prediction about what's going on, it's going to be mild at best, because man, WandaVision done scarred a couple people, and I don't want to be adding on to none of that. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Somebody says, Rockstar. I'm sorry, I messed that name up. My bad. But you said Cap's not supposed to use a gun. Hey, Cap used the gun. Cap was in the military. Let's not forget now. Cap was capping folks. Okay, Cap will bust a cap. So I know my man had a gun, this time around, but I'm just saying it's not past Steve Rogers to pick up a pistol and get the popping folks. I'm just saying, Cap gon' cap, so I'll let him slide with that. Hold on, let's see. I got some things here. Now, okay. Now, during that interview, I know y'all saw this. Y'all see how mad Bucky was? Ooh, my man was on the TV like, yeah, Cap, Steve, he's like a brother to me. Bucky was like, the who? A brother who? Ooh, y'all saw Bucky's PTSD eye just start twitching. He was just like, what you said? What? Steve is a brother to who? To what? Bucky was mad. Oh man. But you know what? What I love about it is the fact that they're really showing how much Bucky is a real friend to Steve. Because think about it like this. When Bucky met up with Sam, first thing he was saying was like, bro, like, you should have never gave up the shield. Like, what are you doing? And I want y'all to think about this while I get this thought out real quick. Do you think that Sam was naive in believing that he could just give the government the shield and everything was going to be cool? Let me know your thoughts about that. But I want to expound a little bit on Bucky, because I think, I don't want fans to like misunderstand where Bucky was coming from. I think it's easy for some people to think that Bucky just wanted the shield for himself. That's not the case. Keep in mind at the end of Endgame, Bucky also was there, right? Like, he wasn't jealous, he wasn't hating, he was happy because Steve was happy. He was happy for Sam because he believed that Steve was happy for Sam. So Bucky is upset at this point, not because of jealousy or anything like that. He's upset because he doesn't feel as though Sam is respecting his friend's wishes. And Bucky is that kind of guy. He's that kind of friend that he's like, yo, Steve wouldn't want this. Honor Steve's wishes. It's for Bucky, it's about Steve. It's about how Steve Rogers views the Shield. It's about what Steve Rogers stood for the Shield. So for him, it ain't got he's being very selfless in this case, but he is really being like, I mean, could you imagine? Everybody needs to have a friend like Bucky. Do y'all have friends that fight for y'all when y'all not even around? Like, that's the best friend. What? Come on, man. Get some Buckies in your life. Okay, get some Buckies in your life. I got a Bucky right here. Ms. Leslie Martinez with the super chat. You my Bucky. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. But look, I'm telling you, so Sam, he was out here like, man, I was heartbroken too. I mean, bro, I guess he worked for the government. I mean, he worked for the military, he worked for the Air Force, so I guess he was kind of naive, just believing that they was gonna keep their word. But he also didn't know about the other secrets of the government. We gonna get to that. Trust me, we will get to that. You better believe that. I want to check in on the comments real quick before I move on. So okay, so most people, it looks like, yes. Okay, so I think we're all on the same page. Sam was being naive. Okay, I think we're all on the same page with that. Let's see. Yeah, Sam called him the White Panther instead of the White Wolf. And by the way, I know some people were asking about that also. Like, I think that's really just an Easter egg reference. I don't know if Marvel's gonna go with that. I'll explain it in the breakdown video. I'm like a quarter way through going through my notes and stuff for that, but I don't think Marvel's gonna take it to the extreme. Maybe Bucky goes back to Wakanda or something, but that's about it. Ooh, interesting. Carbro says Sam isn't naive. He's thinking racism. Okay, so we going there, huh? All right, look, I think so far in this series, we only got 2 episodes in, there are more things about race being implied externally than they are coming from Sam yet, I think. I don't think Sam, especially when you saw the interaction with him and the little kid in Baltimore, when he was like, oh, what, I got to be the Black Falcon and stuff like that. Yes, he was joking around, but I feel like that was, because keep in mind, that was also something that Falcon in the comics dealt with as well. But Sam wants to be viewed as just a regular person. Like, I think he is aware of the fact that he's a black man in America, but he doesn't want that to be his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't want his race to identify him. I don't think he's a sellout or anything like that. I just think that I think he has a higher belief, that like, man, we should be at the place where my skin color doesn't matter. But I don't know if we're at the point in the series where he communicates that directly. I think it's implied. I think it's, it's there. Like, if you're black, we know what's going on probably in his head. But for other audiences that are not keen on the black experience, or if you're just not a minority, maybe some of these things could be thought of in different terms, or maybe you're looking at it from a non-racial or ethnic lens, and I think right now that's just because the show has not dialed in on it hard enough yet. It's there though. I mean, it's there, and I think it's coming more down the line. But let me see before I move on. Let me see what else. Yeah, I did love the fact that they went to Baltimore. Just yeah, for a lot of different reasons, but I'll have to talk about that later. So okay, now before we get to Baltimore, because I do want to get to that, I just want to touch on LAF real quick. So clearly, these folks have got some power boosts. They've got some sort of strength enhanced stuff going on. They strong. They not even strong. They strong. Okay, like they strong, and they've got some type of the super soldier serum, maybe potentially. Man, this is gonna be tricky because this was in the comics, but I don't really want to spoil it for people. But again, maybe they go a different route, in the MCU with it. But either way, they have abilities. They're strong. But the thing that was interesting to me here was, and this was kind of what I was talking about in the last video, LAF might not be a straight up villain. They it's not like they were stealing drugs to sell on the streets. It's not like they were stealing weapons or anything. They were stealing medical supplies and vaccines and stuff. Well, who are you giving that to? You're probably giving it to people who need it, right? So I need to go back actually and watch the episode again. But I mean, clearly there are a lot of refugees, everywhere. And this is the type of stuff that I was like, yes, give me more of this in this series, because I want to know about the social and political dynamics of what's going on after the blip. Well, when you have not millions, billions of people displaced, have nowhere to go, have nowhere to work, have nowhere to live after 5 years of just being gone and coming back. Now apparently they got all these little different, concentration centers or, areas where people are there, and maybe they don't have the resources. Maybe they're not able to get the stuff that they need, because we just saw Sam couldn't even get a loan. Maybe the laws have changed. Maybe healthcare is different in this time and age. So that's something that maybe LAF is kind of fighting for. Maybe LAF is like, yo, this world that we living in now sucks and it's wrong. Maybe to them, they're the liberators. They're the freedom fighters. And everybody else who is comfortable, got the resources, maybe they're the oppressors. But then you flip it, because this is all about perspective. You flip it and LAF looks like the criminal organization. They rioting, they looting, they doing anarchy and stuff. So I think it's going to be a very interesting dynamic on how they play this off in the series, and I want to see where they go with it. Jesse Hernandez, thank you so much for the super chat. So, are the new Cap and Battlestar Super Soldiers 2, are they enhanced in any way? I'm gonna say no for now. Mild spoiler. Later in the comics, they do. It gets kind of wild. Actually, I don't even think they're going to go this route with the comics, so it's not that big of a spoiler. But later on, they do get a form of the super soldier serum, and they join this wrestler group thing or whatever. It's been a while since I've read the comic, but yeah, later on they do get the serum, and then they get it. Now, maybe in the show they go a different route with it. Maybe they give them powers in a certain way. Not sure. But we'll just have to say, we'll just have to go there. But we got to give thank you for that. Who said that? Who said that? Sean Bone. Man. Moment of silence for Red Wing. Take my head. That was a tough one. That was tough. Drone lives matter. Okay. Red Wing didn't have to go out like that. Give my man a shout out. Man. he was coming in too, man. You know, like Sam done fixed him up and everything. Woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see all the Fs. Type the F. Type a F in the comments for Red Wing. Man. That was just messed up. I'm gonna have to drink some and pour some out for the man. But anyway, hopefully they can fix him up and get him going, because they ain't have to do my man like that. But y'all saw, that action scene. Yo, that action scene was dope. That the highway truck scene, I liked it. I mean, you had the good action, you had the fighting, you had the y'all see my man Bucky. My man Bucky with the strides. Caught up with them trucks like it was nothing. Like, it's a beautiful day to be fast. I was like, okay, Buck. They don't be showing Bucky like that, like they show Bucky a little bit in Winter Soldier, but I'm like, yo, he's a super soldier. Like, he could do some things. And if you paid attention real quick, when what's his name? John Walker, Texas Ranger, when he came in, and he was throwing the shield and stuff, Bucky caught it. Did y'all see that? It was super fast. But my man, he tried to throw the thing, and Bucky was like, I got this. You know how many times I've been throwing this shield and catching it? Bro, I got this. Ooh, Bucky was slick with it, too. And he did that. I want to say he did it with his regular hand, too. With his real people hand, not the fake arm, but the real people hand. He was like, chee-chee. I'm just saying, that was cool. But, yeah, that whole action scene I thought was dope. Those are things that I'm, like, looking forward to in the show. Like, put that money into them action scenes, because that was cool. But, even in that moment, like after, all four of them get their butts whooped, after everybody gets their butts whooped, man, like I'm sitting there thinking, like, are y'all showing this dude being nice again? Like he was trying to give them a ride and be like, hey, we got to work together, and hey, we got to do this and stuff. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a whole setup. I personally, I cannot trust this dude. Walker Texas Ranger and Battlestar Galactica, I cannot trust either one of them. I don't like either one of them. They over here working for the government. Like Sam said, they got other restrictions and stuff. I feel like this is almost like Civil War all over again, where they're forcing you to like pick a side, and I like the fact that, Bucky and Sam was like, nah, we gonna do things our way, because we the free agents. Like we don't have to buck with y'all like that. And I like the fact that Bucky checked them too. It's like, hey man, you don't call me Bucky. Only Steve and my friends call me Bucky. You ain't put in the work. You ain't put in the time. You don't know me like that, sucker. Man. Jerry Norris, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. How long do you think it will take for Falcon to realize his true potential? Ooh, now that is a fantastic question, Jerry. I'm hoping that it comes around episode 4, maybe 5, because in the comics, John Walker had the shield for a minute. Like he had it for a while, but then it took time until Falcon got it, right? Got it back. And while he got it back, that's when he started to like really get over these insecurities, because what's going on with him right now, the reason why he gave up the shield is because he doesn't feel like he's worthy of it. He doesn't think he's, at the point where he deserves to have it. Steve saw it in him. Bucky co-signed, but Sam is the only one that's doubting himself here. And the crazy thing is, we haven't even seen, that's again, like I said in my previous video, this is internal coming from him. It's not even external yet. Because in the comics, it was internal where he doubted himself. But then it was external because, people was like, not my Captain America. So he hasn't even gotten to that part yet. So it's going to be very interesting to see when he finally comes into his own. Now, if we were looking at the trailers, we saw he was practicing with the shield. Hopefully Marvel didn't spoil too much with that. And I kind of think they did. But, he was doing his little backflips and his little shield throws and stuff on the trees. So hopefully sooner than later, my man Falcon will know that he's up there and he needs to get that shield back. All right, let me see. Let me grab a couple more comments here. Oh, I lost it. No. Mo Cheeks, what up, dog? I see you in the house, bro. Amber said, Battlestar, I cried when Bucky said, stop the car. Yeah, that was funny, man. I like it when Bucky get annoyed. Like Bucky actually gets kind of funny when he's annoyed. So tired of them other dudes, though, man. Cause like even in the comics, like that Great Value Cap and the wannabe Buckwheat, like they was both wannabe Cap and Falcons. They were like off-brand Cap and Falcons. So it was kind of like, what are y'all doing here? What are y'all clowns doing here, man? Get out of here, man! Like, so sick of them, man. See, y'all got me upset now about them. Now I got to go think about them again. So tired of them. Let's see. Woo! Yolanda said Sam thought he wasn't worthy till he saw that Dollar General Captain America carrying it. That's so true. Dollar General. That's so true. Because everybody got in their feelings the second they saw John Walker. The second they saw this man, they was like, oh, hell no. Oh, no. No, give me the shield back. Sam was like, who do I call? America? Yes, call America. I don't get. What's America's number? 911111111. Whatever. No, it's 1619. Those who know. Anyway, let me get to this. Jason Wilcox, thank you so much, sir, for the super chat. What's up, E? What's up? Let's see. Think what Buck said to Sam is straight up. What he thought in therapy about his own worth, or was it jealousy, or about Cap's legacy? No, I think it was definitely not jealousy. Because I don't think Bucky's jealous about that. Like, Bucky is, like I said earlier, like a true straight up friend. I think part of it was about Cap's legacy. But I think it's more about like, yo, Cap believed in this. Cap stood for this with the shield. He trusted you with this, and you're violating my best friend's trust. And he's taking that some type of way. Simple as that. And he's not wrong. Like he's not wrong, because to some degree, Sam does need to kind of like believe in the fact that, like, Cap wouldn't just get this to you for nothing. Like clearly Cap had a long time to think about that, and he gave the shield to you. So Bucky is coming from like a genuine place, I think. Because he's like, man, like, stop doubting yourself. I mean, he didn't tell Sam that. He needs to tell Sam that. But I think that's more of respecting Cap's position and perspective. Sunspot Gallery, thank you so much for the pounds. Is that from the UK? We got the pounds. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the fun plus laughs from a fellow Marvel fan. Laughing helps the sickle cell pain less. Oh my goodness, so sorry to hear that. I'm happy to help. I'm happy. Sickle cell sucks. I know people that have it. It is not fun whatsoever. So here's me sending out my thoughts and prayers that you get better and have better days along with it. And thank you so much for your support. Oh my God, yes, Carbro. Hey, everybody got jokes. Like when I tell y'all, I know in the live I can't always go to every comment. But like when the videos are done, I go back and read all of this stuff. And I go back and read these things, and y'all are hilarious. Y'all say I'm funny. Y'all are funny. Like, I'm not even a comedian. I have 3 good jokes every month. That's all. That's my limit. After that, I get corny and stupid. But y'all be killing me with these comments. I love them. Let's see. Kenneth Taylor. I just finished the episode. It was great. And they dropped another Young Avenger seed. Ooh, you saw that, didn't you? We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about that. Danny. Okay, everybody talking. Okay. We getting there. We gonna get there. I see what y'all going. My man Mo Cheeks. What up, dog? You think Sam doubts America is ready for a black Cap? Ooh. I don't know. So here's the thing. He's had 2 episodes to bring that up, and he hasn't. And this is kind of what I'm talking about in terms of saying, right now, Sam is not addressing the race issue. And I think part of that is because the race issue has not been thrown on him in regards to the Shield. It does pop up in other instances, and we'll talk about that. But for the Shield, nobody has thrown it at him and been like, you can't have it, not my cap. Like, they haven't gotten there yet. They might. I mean, it is what they did in the comics. But right now, his issue with the Shield is more so his insecurity and not about the race card yet. But that's just my quick thoughts. Mad Nerd, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. Do you think Isaiah or the Kid is going to play a bigger role in the series? I know they're working on the Young Avengers lineup. Okay, so y'all just be pushing the envelope. We need to talk about Isaiah Bradley. Oh, Isaiah Bradley. Whew. So first and foremost, Isaiah Bradley, just to kind of give a little more context to people, the man was a soldier in the military. They gave him some of the super serum because, if you watch the first Avenger, the Captain America first Avenger, they took a lot of Steve's blood because everybody wanted to replicate the super soldier serum. And just for people to understand, if you're not into comics or if you just haven't been following, think of Steve as like the best prime, purest sample of the super soldier serum. Like, he got the perfect dose, the perfect mix. Everybody else from him, whether it's Bucky, Isaiah, whoever, they've got like a derivative, like a diluted version of it. So maybe they go crazy, maybe they don't keep their strength all the way. Something's off. So Steve got the perfect mix, and everybody else got like the little watered down stuff, So Isaiah, man, and his story is supposed to mirror or at least be a reflection of what happens in real life, right? So if you haven't known, there was a little thing called the Tuskegee, experiments, where the military would basically experiment diseases and stuff on Black people. They would test out, they would just do terrible, terrible things, inhumane things to Black folks. And in the comics, the way that they reflect it is they just use the super soldier serum, like in replace of the diseases that they gave to real life Black folks back then. So in this case, at least from the comics perspective, there were like 300 other soldiers that also received the superhero serum or the derivative of it, because the scientist that created it, he died, so they couldn't replicate it. And they tested it on like 300 soldiers, Black soldiers, and Isaiah was like the only one to like make it out okay. Like, he still had issues down the road. Like in the comics, he was almost like mentally impaired and stuff like that. But when I tell you, like, and I hope the show gives him his fair due that the comics did, because the way the comics portrayed him, he was like a living legend. Like the way Captain America is a legend for America, Isaiah Bradley was like an icon within the Black community. He was meeting with Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, like you name that famous Black figure, they knew who Isaiah Bradley was. And he just like the MCU version, the comic version, they both went through the same type of, discrimination. Like, he was thrown into jail. In the comics, he was thrown into jail basically for wearing, I think he stole the Captain America uniform while he's out there fighting Nazis. Like, he's fighting for the country, but the government throws him in jail for some stupid something stupid. And while he's in jail, they're like still doing experiments on him, because they're so obsessed about having another Captain America. And this is something where I think this is why you see Sam's reaction be so volatile, why you see him be so mad. Like, you mean there was another Captain America for decades? First of all, I'm like, bro, how come you ain't know that well, okay, maybe everybody else didn't know it. Never mind. They did keep it as a secret, but the fact that Sam was so mad because he didn't know. I think if Sam had known that the government was that thirsty for a black, for a Captain America, so much so to the point where they're just recklessly, experimenting on black folks and stuff. I don't think he would have given up the shield at that point. I think Sam would have been a lot more skeptical back then, at that point. But because he did not know about Isaiah Bradley, I think that's why that added to his naive approach. Now, to your other question, though, yes, hey, Isaiah's grandson, I believe his name is Elijah Bradley. That was the young man that was kind of like, at there and like escorting them in and out or whatever. He does have, comic roots where he does join up the West Coast Avengers or the Young Avengers. So there is that potential there. I think that they're just kind of like introducing him slowly but surely, but nothing major. Like I don't think he's gonna have a huge role, but I do think that he's going to be present enough where we could be like, oh, hey, that's Isaiah's grandson, and then eventually we're going to start to see him take a bigger role. And look, hey, when it comes to Kate Bishop, White Vision, so Elijah Bradley, he's going to be like their Captain America. Then you got the American Horror Story twins, Wiccan and Speed. You put them all together, that's going to be your Young Avengers movie in like, I don't know, 5 years, 4 years, however long it is. So be on the lookout for it, But yeah, the Isaiah Bradley is a very interesting figure. I hope we get more of him. I hope that him and Sam actually have time to talk, because that little encounter, I'm like, this was great. I want more, And by the way, shout out to Isaiah for whooping Bucky's ass. He said, I whooped that boy's tail. And he messed up his arm too. So look, I need a flashback of that. You already know how I feel about old school Bucky, long hair masked up, with his little knife and everything, But I'm just like, yo, I need to see a young, in shape Isaiah Bradley whooping that Winter Soldier's tail. I need to see it. If y'all want to see it, let me know. But I'm just saying, that's a flashback I want to see. But real quick, just my opinion, Brandon K. Avery, thank you so much, brother, for the super chat. Really, really appreciate y'all. Hey, by the way, if y'all have an opportunity, if you go to my channel's page, you could definitely see Just My Opinion reviews. The brother is putting up great content. Definitely go subscribe to him as well. You will actually see me guest appear on his program a couple times too. Great channel. You don't want to miss it out. You don't want to miss out on that. Brandon says, didn't enjoy this episode as much as the first, but we got a black Captain America. That's cool. I understand. It's one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know what you were expecting. Like, I felt like this episode it took it up a notch only because now we're getting a little bit deeper. But hey, yeah, we got a black Captain America. That's cool. I think it's cool because it adds more history to the MCU, and I would say it's going to force how some of these characters have to deal with stuff. Like Steve didn't know. How's Steve going to feel? Well, we don't know if Steve's alive yet or not. Maybe he's on the moon. I don't know. But either way, it'll be interesting to see like what happens if his story comes out. How does America reconcile with that? Because, unfortunately, Black history is excluded sometimes or very selective when it comes to the American educational system. So I wonder if it's kind of the same thing that's been going on in the MCU. Everybody and their mama knew who Steve Rogers was. Everybody knew about Captain America. Nobody for decades knew about the black Captain America either. Censorship. Anywho, we got to talk about the police encounter, as well. Okay, here's here's my one criticism with this. My one issue with them bringing in the police and everything. It felt like, and this is I gotta give this more to the director. Like, you needed one more scene to show that maybe the police were already on patrol or something. It just felt kind of forced that, like, out of nowhere the police just showed up. I mean, who called them? Like, you in a black neighborhood. Like, who called the police on a black guy and a white guy arguing in the street? Like, I could see if that happened in the affluent, white suburb. I get that, and you got a bunch of Karens everywhere. I get that, but I'm just like, in Baltimore, ain't no people minding their business. So I'm just saying, maybe that's just the film critic in me. Like, y'all could have shown us the police maybe already patrolling, because they do tend to do that in poor minority neighborhoods and stuff. Maybe they just so happen to catch the action. But that was a very interesting instance that we saw. Clearly, that was probably the most racial moment in the MCU period, like, to this date, to date. The fact that they came there, they presumed that Sam was the perpetrator. They barely even asked, like, Bucky a question outside of, "Sir, are you okay?" I mean, and of course the irony is, out of all this, it's really Bucky that has a whole warrant for his arrest, and not Sam. So I was just kind of sitting there thinking, like, man, I know where y'all were going with it. I just kind of wish they had transitioned into it a little bit better. But that was, I think that's more foreshadowing of what's to come. Let me know what you guys thought about the police encounter scene. And while you are typing, I am going to check on the comments and just see if I missed anything. Does Sam take the serum in the comics? Not that I know of. Ms. Battle, you said that. Not that I don't recall he did. If somebody does know if he did, eventually correct me. But to my knowledge, he did not. Maybe Steve did know, and that's why he gave the shield to Sam. Did he? That's an interesting theory. Maybe Steve did know. Maybe he knew from the alternate reality. Because, hey, I have a video. If you search my channel for where did Captain America get the shield, man, that would have been a good one. Maybe in the alternate universe where Steve went and stayed with Peggy, maybe Isaiah Bradley was the actual Captain America there, and he gave the shield to say, "Ooh, that'd be interesting." Ooh, I like that. Good job. Ooh, nice one. Like it. Yolanda 5-0 rolled up quick. Man, like, instantly. Ooh, man. People, I was like, are you serious? Like, y'all just gonna pop up like that? Like, y'all just had a GPS call or something on them? Like, come on now. Okay. Ms. Makiba, nobody called the police. It's commentary on over policing of the black community. That's fair. That's fair. And, like, that's kind of what I was saying, though. Like, that's why I was saying it would have been better to just kind of show them already patrolling. Like, the second they are in the neighborhood, and maybe they did and I missed it. I have to go through and see it again. But that's just kind of what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times you do need these little visuals to help reinforce certain ideas that they're given. But yeah, no, I understand what they were going for. I just think they could have done a little better. That's all. Okay, yeah. So I think we're all on the same point. I think we understand the fact that that the police were just there because they over police. It's a vicious, nasty cycle that happens in poor black and brown neighborhoods. It's ridiculous. Hold on. There was a question. I don't want to miss it. Hold on. Oh, it was two. Okay. Oh, Matthew, thank you so much for the super chat. Matthew Neal. Question. Let's see. When Carl Lumbly, Black Super Soldier, they went to visit Black Captain America, Isaiah, said he was in prison. I could not think of his classic speech to Bobby in that movie South Central. Oh, yeah, that was a good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good one. That was definitely one to think about. That's why I want to see more of Isaiah Bradley. I want to see. Um, I, I think there's more to learn with his character there, so I'm hoping that we do get that. Um, Isaac Sykes. I'm from Chicago. Whoop whoop. That didn't seem forced at all. From the cops to the bank. Fair enough. Look, I get it. I used to live off of well, I don't want to say where, but I used to live in the hood for like just a couple years. I am not trying to fake anything. I am not no fake gangster, nothing like that. I lived in the hood for like 2-3 years, and yes, there were police like every 5 minutes, like everywhere. That's just what it was like. Mumbo Jazz #1, what up, what up? Thank you so much for the super chat. Bucky is the White Wolf. Falcon may later be revealed to have had a conversation with someone saying America isn't ready for a Black Captain America. That's true. It might happen. We just have to wait and see. Right now, like I said, we haven't had any indication of Falcon bringing race into the equation. Like the most that he's done two things. The most things that he said that were race related was when he was talking about the food that they were cooking with his sister, and he was like, I don't play with these white people. That was just like in jest. And then another in jest joke with the little black kid. What? I got to be the Black Falcon. So I don't think he's gotten to the ugly side of race yet. Right now, he's been more so, and I'm talking about verbally. Like, obviously, the police encounter was racial. The fact that they looked at him and not Bucky first, that's racial. Like, the fact that you had that bias, that implicit bias, that's a problem. But he hasn't voiced that yet. And something else I want y'all to pay attention to, because I'm looking for this. I am looking for this throughout this entire series. Whenever there is a racial issue, I'm looking at Bucky. I want to see what Bucky says and what Bucky does not say. Because a lot of problems that we have when it comes to racial issues in this country is the lack of speaking up. Because that actually allows things to continue happening. Silence is complicity. So even in that police encounter, would have been a little interesting. But at the same time, I do believe that the show is trying to show us things without having to also tell us. Whether that's effective or not, I don't know. But that's something for all of us to kind of keep in the back of our mind. Hold on, there was another comment here. Oh, Maria Stewart. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you. I love all these names you call the twins. Yeah, forget them Friday the 13th twins. I just don't like them. I think it's weird. You are hilarious. Thank you so much. I've been enjoying your reviews. I thought I would miss the name calling since WandaVision is over, and you are continuing with it. So thanks for the laugh. Hey, look, I don't know. It's just, look, you're welcome. Hey, a lot of that comes from y'all. Like, y'all give me so much inspiration. It is great. So I value and appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, yes, Dominique Crum. What you say? Bingo. Silence is violence. Ooh, that's good. Can I borrow that? I'm like, I need to. Can I borrow that? That is goosebumps. Can y'all see? No, y'all can't see. Oh man, I'm a little rusty. Oh, anyway. Let's see. Oh, Jerry Norris, thank you so much for the super chat. You see the correlation of the Edith glasses and Cap's shield being passed on. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Like everybody is trying to. Everyone. I mean, this is the MCU thing, though, right? Like the MCU is trying to pass things on, to the next generation, the next phase. Because again, a lot of the big three, Tony Stark, Cap, Thor, their stories are kind of told. They've gone through their journey, so it is time for a new generation. And wait, this is one of the reasons why I try to tell people, like, Marvel does not Marvel does not do things where they're like, oh, let's hit the reset button. They pass things down, or even if they do change things up, everything in the past still counts. So let me see, what was that? Mikey Willis says, with Chadwick's passing, I don't think we will see Bucky actually become White Wolf, unfortunately. I won't say never. Like, is Bucky going to wear a vibranium white suit? I don't know. I don't even know if I need him to. Like, if he just kind of upholds the moniker of White Wolf, and if he goes on, because I want to say this was in the comics, he actually went on missions White Wolf went on missions for Wakanda. I wonder if they kind of do that, have Bucky fill that role for the character. So you might see like an amalgamation of like what the White Wolf does and what Bucky will do in the future. So if anything, I'm a little bit more excited to see where they go with his character there. Let's see. Yeah, there are plenty of stories to tell. Marvel doesn't need to hit the reset button. Yolanda, you got that right. Sean Bowen, do you think Bucky was holding back at the fight scene because of the therapy rules? Hell no. No, Bucky was just getting his butt whooped because all of them were other super soldiers. Like, when everybody's a super soldier, it's an even playing field. So nah, Bucky just got whooped. That's all. And he was outnumbered, to be fair. Like, if 3 people are jumping you, it doesn't matter if you have super strength or whatever. If they got super strength too, you gonna get your butt whooped more than likely. And that's kind of what happened to him. So Bucky just he got that tail whooped. That's all. Thanks for that, Sean. I see. Oh, okay. I see your super chat. I read your regular comment and you sent the super chat, but thank you. Appreciate you. No, Bucky ain't. Look, even before in therapy, he was still, they was like, yeah, rule number 1, don't hurt nobody. And what did he do? Pop the mess out of that dude in the car. Like, he don't care. He don't care about them rules, man. He don't care. Jay Montgomery, I want Sebastian Stan to play Luke Skywalker. Look, you and me both. I think everybody does. Like Disney, y'all don't want money? Like, y'all been milking the Luke Skywalker train forever in Star Wars. Just throw the man in there. Like, put him in a wig and he's Luke Skywalker. We'll be fine. I like that. Ooh-wee, Miss Battle says, Sam can't fight. He needs powers. Hey, don't do Sam like that. We just came off of that last episode and my man was ching-ching, ching-ching, ching-ching with the shield and stuff. He was whooping all of them. Come on, Miss Battle. Don't do him like that. My man was... Stop it. David Harper said, did Walker go to an HBCU? Did he? He did. Oh, I don't know. Man, I don't know. I don't know now. Because he did have a locker there. I think he did. Affirmative action for you there. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, man, John Walker went to an HBCU, y'all. Okay, good for him. Hold on, there was something else. Oh, okay. So, even after in the police situation, right? You saw after, oh no, actually, I want to talk about the therapy. Y'all tell me this, because I want to know if I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. How did you feel about the comedy during the therapy session? Let me see. Just let me know what you thought about the comedy that was happening during the therapy session, because I'm curious to know what y'all thought. Nyasia Morgan said just appropriating. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Walker was a member of Drumline. Oh, no, don't do that. That sounds like a meme waiting to happen. Ooh, that is going to be good. I might have to do that. Okay. So the therapy session. Man, y'all be getting me off track. The therapy session. My only thing with this was I liked how they do comedy throughout the earlier part of the show. But like I felt like this comedy section felt a little forced. You know, it was kind of like we got to make them funny. We got to have a staring contest. We got to have them act childish and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, can y'all give it to us in small doses? Because I don't want it to disrupt the sense of urgency of like what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, y'all just got arrested. Sam, you not traumatized by the fact that you almost got arrested by the police? You know, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't want to lose the levity that's going on in the show just for a comic bit. You know, like the Marvel fun, everybody likes the Marvel fun. We all like the fun. You know, I like the fun. You know, it's funny. I still laugh at it, but I'm just like, I just hope they don't go overboard with it. That's just my only concern with that. And not to mention that therapy session, that was a really good moment to like find out like what is wrong with y'all, especially Bucky. Like, what is your real beef? Now he said it, and he pretty much reiterated what he said earlier. But I'm like, yo, like, don't waste these moments just for the comedy's sake. Like, let's actually get to the real stuff. Wow! TJ or TG, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Ooh, the super chat is through the roof. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, you got my attention, bro. The shield Steve gives Falcon in Endgame belonged to an alternate timeline. Falcon, listen to Steve's words. It was never Steve's. Hey. That's very possible. Totally possible. You know, maybe Falcon in that other alternate timeline was already Captain America. Maybe Steve got to him early or something, and he was like, boom, man, where I came from, you was doing your thing. That's why I wanted you to have the shield. I like that. Yo, that'd be dope if they showed us that, you know, like in a flashback or something. You know, oof, man, good observation. Good observation. That was good. Okay, let's see. Rosemary says the therapy session wasn't the same as the trailer clip, which was better. The humor did seem out of place with what just happened in meeting Isaiah. That's what I'm talking about. That's it. You know, I mean, we came off of something super serious, super tense, and then all of a sudden, quick joke. Y'all just gotta work on that. That's all. I mean, it ain't ruin everything. But yeah, let's see. Nikita Wilson said, who just adds another person to someone's one-on-one counseling session? Thank you. This counselor is so reckless and unprofessional. I need to go talk to some of my counsel friends and see what they thought about her actions in this. Because she was just like, you coming too? I would have been like, excuse me? Like, what? As an observer? Like, you're not gonna put me in his session. You deal with his crazy. I'm like, Sam, first of all, G, you are a counselor. Like, you was running your own sessions. How you gonna let her just whatever, man. Whatever. Okay, but now before we okay. Scarface Firstborn, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't see a question there, so I'm assuming you're just showing the support. Appreciate you. But I do want to talk about the bigger villain. So, it's looking like Power Broker is going to be the main villain. Now, this is the part where I am very nervous about telling too much about the comics. And I don't know if you're the type of person that likes to go on YouTube and, you know, cheat on me with other YouTubers. I would just be cautious about looking up the Power Broker. Now, obviously, the MCU can go a different route. They don't have to copy the comics. However, based on what I know about the Power Broker in the comics, it's not looking like they're deviating that far away from his story there, or her story. I don't know. Maybe they do another gender bend. So I would just say, like, Okay, so Nikita's asking who is the power broker. The power broker he's another villain, you know. Um, gosh, I really don't want to spoil stuff, but he was like working on a backdoor version of the super soldier serum. Like he was, but he had like a whole, like, I don't want to say a drug operation, but it was something where, like, if he gave you the dose, it wouldn't last, so you would have to keep coming back to him. But I think that was a lie or something like that. I don't know. But basically, there's a good possibility that he's the reason why these other super soldiers are running around. Now, I don't think this is a spoiler because I'm just guessing what the episode showed us. We saw that the girl, I think her name was Courtney or whatever, the redhead chick, she got a phone call from the power broker because he was the one that was chasing him at the airport, and said that, hey, you stole something from me. You took my what belongs to me. And you see that she was a little spooked, by him. So I think he is the one that's kind of pulling the strings a little bit. I don't think that, and I think what it's going to do is it's going to make the Flag Smashers maybe look maybe a little bit more innocent than we might initially believe. So I think that's kind of the route they're going with that. But the power broker is somebody who, he deals with power. He's all about that power. And, he's more than likely the main cause for people getting their super strength. Now, we get to the final ending and we see they got to go meet Baron Zemo, or Helmet Zemo. So clearly Zemo at this point, to what we know anyway, he's been locked up all this time. I thought he had broken out and he was doing his thing and, running the organizations, but it's looking like they got to go meet him. And don't forget, Bucky had his name on his list. So I wonder, is Bucky going to try and make amends with Baron Zemo? And maybe Baron Zemo is going to work with them to stop these super soldier threats. Now, the reason why I'm thinking that is because the director, if you watch my interview with the director of Falcon and Winter Soldier, she said, whatever you expect, we're going to go a different direction. So I was sitting here thinking Baron Zemo is going to be the big bad. Well, the opposite of that is he becomes an ally. That'll be interesting. Bucky actually makes up with him. Y'all are forced to work with him. This is nothing new for the MCU. MCU made Loki an ally after he tried to take over the Earth. Might do the same thing with Helmet Zemo too. We don't know. So let me see. Leslie with the super chat. Thank you so much. This show has a lot of layers. There's plenty under the surface. Ooh, yes. And honestly, I think we're just getting to it, to be honest. Like, I think the police encounter, Isaiah Bradley, I think a lot of these things are right, like at the very tip of the glacier here. Because here's the thing, you also have, Texas Ranger, John Walker. My man was sitting here after he bailed them out or whatever, and he was getting a little too cocky. You know what I'm saying? He was getting like, don't get in my way, America. So it's kind of like, all right, man, you finally starting to show your true colors now, and I'm fine with that. Show your true colors, because now I can feel comfortable not liking your punchable face. Oh, I don't like his face. He got this weird square draw, like he just looked like this. He got that square, like you just for America, boy. Just for America. Just, Okay, Mambo Jazz #1. Thank you so much for the super chat. Black neighborhoods are over policed, indeed. I was on live watch party and a lot of people got triggered calling the episode racist. What? Bucky and Sam arguing. I don't know. I mean, it is racist to implicitly have a bias that the person of color is the guilty person. without any evidence. You have no idea what's going on. You see two people arguing and you just assume the person of color is the perpetrator. That is a problem. So I don't know the context of that conversation. But yeah, I mean, that was a very clear depiction that this show was trying to go for, to demonstrate that, yeah, this, there is systemic racism, and it does show up in different ways. And I think it's going to show up in the policing. It's probably going to show up in different parts of society. It's probably going to show up in the government. I mean, it has with Isaiah Bradley, so we'll just have to see what happens with it from there. But I think we covered almost everything here. And we at the 1 hour mark, so this is good because I gotta go feed my kids. Like they be so good. They be like upstairs, doors closed. They try so hard to be quiet because they are some rambunctious, loud roller coasters. I don't know if y'all have kids. I got these little ones that won't stop, but they will stop for y'all. So I gotta go feed them. Apparently, it's legal stuff. You can't starve kids. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, I gotta go make dinner for them. And I appreciate y'all so much. Of course, we're gonna come back next week. We are definitely going to do this again for episode 3. I am just to give y'all some little insight on what I'm working on. I still owe y'all that WandaVision video. That's just on me, my bad. Like I was supposed to get this done like last week and I've been tripping. But I gotta get y'all this WandaVision video that is going to make you change your mind on how you watched Infinity War and Endgame. So I'm gonna get that to you. And some quick recommendations. Ooh, go watch Invincible on Amazon. I'm not going to do a breakdown on it, just to kind of give you an idea. I don't like doing breakdowns on shows that release all at once or that I can't get early enough screeners for, because if I can't, then I don't have enough time to do it. Then my breakdowns are late. People get mad, so I try to, if I can get something early and it'll be weekly, that'll be something I'll try to break down. But I am going to make one exception. And I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth. Amazon has a show coming out called Them, THEM. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't heard the trailer, go check it out. Them, THEM on Amazon Prime. If you liked, I don't know what the embargo is, so I'm not technically allowed to talk about it. But Lovecraft Country. Those are us. And I'm just talking about the trailer. If you've seen the trailer, you're going to get those vibes. If you like Jordan Peele's Us, Get Out. If you like Lovecraft Country, Them. Make of that what you will, because I am not going to get in trouble by messing up the embargo. But I am going to try my best, not only to keep covering Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I'm also trying to cover that as well. That just a quick premise. Black folks, Jim Crow, ghost monsters, racist white folks, crazy. So that's, again, you can get that from the trailer. Amazon, don't come for my life. I didn't give nothing away. Leave me alone. So that's all I got for today, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep the comments coming. Like I said, I do come back and check these and respond to y'all too. But yeah, we're going to do this next week, y'all. All right. So that's all I got for now. I got more videos and reviews to do for you all. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.